Well, good morning. It's Rockin' Robin Lane here on Jersey's Rat Radio 95.9, The Rat, and I am not alone for sure. The last time we packed 5 band members in our studio, I think it was when we first signed on the air back in '96. We had the entire Matchbox 20 band in here, and every time the band comes and they look to see our studio, they go, "We're gonna fit in there." I'm like, "We'll fit in here. You will definitely all fit in here with us." we have the Parlor Mob in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Mark, David, Paul, Sam, and Anthony. Welcome.
Hello.
Right on. So you guys are playing tonight at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. What time are you hitting the stage?
I think we're going on a little after 10.
A little after 10 o'clock. Tickets are still available. You can certainly buy them at the door. Local boys signed to a major label. Our friends over at Roadrunner Records, they did you good, man. I love those guys. And the most recent release, Dogs, recorded in Austin, Texas. Why did you choose Austin to record that record?
Austin's always been like a second home to us. Sam's mother lives down there. And ever since we first really started going as a band, we went down there for South by Southwest. And, you know, just a couple of times we spent some time down there at Sam's mom's place, and it just seemed like the best place to get away and be in a music city and be able to be on our own.
And the tune Into the Sun off the most recent release, Dogs, which we played here and got a great response from our audience. A lot of people actually called when they found out you were going to be on the air with us today, and I got a couple of people asking some questions, which we'll weave into this interview in just a little while. Now, the song, not only on the radio, but I think people have heard it in the past on Monday Night Football as well.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
sports, Major League Baseball, I think. And
yep.
NHL, they like it on there.
NHL?
The Pittsburgh
NASCAR.
Like
the song, yeah.
Let me bring you up here.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, you're in a commercial for the Penguins, right?
Yeah, they love us over there.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Go
we're
Rangers.
Devils and Rangers fans.
Go Rangers.
Okay. How many Rangers fans in the band?
3.
3, okay. And I'm also a Rangers fan.
Oh, yeah.
Two Devils.
Oh,
guitar
man.
players are
It's crazy.
Devils fans.
It's a good series. It's a good
And
series.
of course, the game is tonight.
Well, people have, the mobile devices, and, you get all your score updates, and of course the crowd out there too. It'll keep you updated as well. There's a story behind the album titled Dogs. You should tell us a little bit about it. It's not as simple as people would think.
Yeah, I think we always kind of came from us, feeling like coming from nothing, kind of like underdog type of thing. And there's also the aspect of loyalty. We've always been very loyal to one another and very, very kind of keep to ourselves. So we're like a pack in that way. It just made sense for us to call it Dogs, because at the time we were writing it, we just felt like we had a lot to prove, And also that no one really understood us but us. And, that's just kind of how we are.
I think a lot of people feel that way. No one gets me. No one understands me. And I bet you have a handful of fans who totally get
Oh yeah,
me.
not the.
Yeah.
It's never the fans.
Yeah.
It's on cool.
It's never the fans.
Oh man, I get the relationship aspect of that for sure. I only see tonight's show at the Stone Pony on your tour dates page. Is this just a one-off thing for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we have a show coming up in Brooklyn, I believe.
Yeah, July.
In July, and then we're
July
kinda,
19th.
Yeah, we're looking towards working on new material. We don't want as much time to pass between records as it did between Annual Crow and Dog, so we're pretty committed to getting another record out, either early next, probably early next year, but that's like our #1 priority, is to just get some new material going. And then we're gonna do some touring in the fall. We just gotta figure all that sort of stuff out. We're kind of like in an in-between kind of
Phase.
spot.
We're in a very transitional period in our lives right now.
Everybody says that. I find that a lot with people. I'm in the transitional period myself, but
Right.
everyone wants to hear about me. They want to hear about you. It took you a long time to record this record, longer than normal. Why?
Well, we were touring a lot for Annual Crow, and then we were just kind of dropped back in our home life, and they were like, let's write our second record. And of course, that just takes time, because on the road it's hard for us to write, especially during the Annual Crow days, because we were in support constantly, so we were in a band. We didn't really have a lot of time for sound checks and stuff like that, so there was really no time to write on the road. So when we got home, we just had to start from scratch, and it just takes time. We're kind of like realizing who we are and who we wanted to be. So that kind of took some effort, and there was growing pains there, but
Okay.
So that's why we want to learn from that. Not a mistake, but just, you know, grow and you learn. And this time we want to like take the time within record cycles to write as well.
Okay. So ultimately, how long does it normally take you to record a record? Or don't you know yet?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, every situation is different. You know, we're still growing and we're still growing up. We don't really know how long it's going to take.
What would be ideal for you?
It would be ideal to get a record out by the fall, but I mean, that's probably not going to happen.
Probably early next year.
Yeah, early next year.
Just writing another record, and touring's expensive, so I think just figuring out when waiting for the right opportunity. You know, we do everything ourselves, so it's kind of tough for us to, you know, juggle all of it. So.
You know, I know you guys were, speaking of touring, you were out on the road recently with the Pretty Reckless, and I read that it came to an abrupt end, and no one knows why. Even your fans, I had a couple of people call me, Maria and I have discussed it. Is this something you can actually talk about with us?
I mean, we could.
Did Taylor Momsen like slap you across the face?
No. It was just one of those things, like, it was a mutually bad scenario for both us and them, and it was just better that it ended when it did. And we've been like tight-lipped about it just for the purpose of kind of taking the high ground. Like, we don't really want to air out a situation that was kind of a negative one, you know, just kind of be like, oh, it was better for both parties that it kind of ended when it did, and we, you know, have nothing but respect for them and, you know, the rest of their career. And,
right, so
you know what I mean? Like,
we wish them luck, but it just wasn't right
I think
for
the
us.
best way to put it, for anyone wondering, I think the best way to put it that's easily relatable to people is, and it's like, whether it be a party or a job or anything, have you ever shown up somewhere and you just didn't belong? You're like, I don't belong here. This is not for me, and that's it. And that's what it was for us.
Yeah, we were going to stick it out for the sake of our fans who had bought tickets and who had wanted to see us, and we were like, we were willing to do it because we were going to be able, it was going to force the opportunity to get to cities that we hadn't been to on this record
Especially
yet.
the West Coast.
Yeah.
But it just got to a point where it was like, all right, well, we can't, you know, it's just not going to happen.
It was impossible.
It was impossible.
You know,
and that happens.
it just, when you boil it down, the chemistry just wasn't right. And you had to do, you know, for your well-being, your emotional well-being especially, you can't be performing in front of people.
And they're emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be stated, we didn't quit. They asked us to leave.
Okay. Well, and you were relieved about that. You're like, you know, thank God they let us go.
We didn't want to quit.
We didn't want to quit.
But,
you know, when they asked us to, we were like, okay.
So Brandy in Asbury Park called me the minute she found out you guys were going to be here. She was flipping out, diehard fan, and she said, please ask them, dead or alive, what band or artist would they just love to perform with?
We gotta go individual on that, right?
Okay,
yeah,
we
we'll
can
go
go
around.
All right, let's go with Mark first.
Me, it would be Bob Marley and the Wailers.
All right. How about
Great
David?
fit.
David, what about you?
Sunhouse.
Sunhouse.
Yeah, he's my favorite singer ever.
I'd like to go on tour with the Melvins. Please play a show with them.
The Melvins.
Yeah.
And Sam?
I'm gonna go at the drive-in.
At the drive-in. Wow. And Anthony?
I'm just going to default and say I would love to work with Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson coming to the Pony, by the way, June 5th. I don't know if you're going to be in town, but
You were close.
His new band.
His new band, right?
Yeah, the Chris Robinson
Yeah, which
Brotherhood.
is strange that it's called
Is he
the
in
Brotherhood.
when the Brotherhood, when
Yeah,
Richard
does he need anyone to get him coffee or anything like
Is he in masseuse? 'Cause now he loves
that? Have his
helping
people
out.
call us.
The Parlor Mob here on Jersey's Rat Radio 95.9. The Rat hitting the stage tonight at the Stone Pony at 10 o'clock. Tickets are on sale now. You guys have a lot of life left in you, and I want you to do a tune. I want you to take us out before and give us a little sample of what you're going to do tonight at the Stone Pony. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parlor Mob on the Rat.
All right. Sounds good. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, yes?
I've been thinking for a while now how you have me still. Playing with my mind now, darling. Hope you got your fill. ain't no turning back. One day you're gonna realize how ain't the one to blame. See how you criticize and curse my very name, but baby, that's alright. I got better things to do than to feel with before. You can say what you want about me, always bring some type of joy back to your life. It don't matter what I do, it just ain't no peace. Say how you mean it. Tell us how you feel. Oh, just say how you mean it. Just tell us. But one day you'll find a bed that can keep you satisfied. Have yourself a nest of kids and you'll be a comfortable life. This train is leaving, it's going down the track. See, it ain't no turning back. Still, I really wish you well. Find all the lies you tell. Can't keep the good boy down. And when you're gonna look around, this train is leaving, it's going down the track. See, it ain't no turning back. This train is leaving, it's rolling down the track. See, it ain't no turning back. See, it ain't no turning back. See, it ain't no turning back. See, it ain't no turning back.
That was beautiful. The Parlor Mob live on Jersey's Rat Radio 95.9. The Rat tonight. Stone Pony, Asbury Park, hitting the stage at 10 o'clock. Who's opening for you guys?
LeBlore
LeBlore, Maria Moore
from Orlando,
loves LeBlore.
Florida.
They're great.
I think.
Fantastic two-piece, psychedelic, awesome.
We met them. We met them on tour. They were great, and they happened to be in town for Bamboozle, and we saw they were going to be here. We said, "You guys want to play with us?" They said yes, and we're psyched that they're going to be there.
So you will actually be in the audience.
Oh, absolutely.
We're huge fans of their band. Yeah.
That's great, and I'm sure opening acts love to hear that the headliner is going to come watch them, because I don't know how often that really does happen.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the Parlor Mob, come see you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for
We'll see you
coming.
guys tonight.
You woke us up this morning. We love it.